When should you consider taking an obstruction of highway charge instead of a driving while intoxicated charge? Understand that DWIs rarely get dismissed because most prosecutors, even when confronted with a very weak case, would rather put you through the paces and the expenses of going through a trial because in their mind, it makes more sense to make sure you feel that pain and never get back on the roadway again after having even a drink. So that's their mindset. In Tarrant County, for example, there are about 5,000 misdemeanor driving while intoxicated cases filed every year. Historically, only about 100 of those cases each year get dismissed. In fact, the highest number of dismissals I've seen for any given year has been 125 dismissals. Common sense tells you that the remaining 4,900 cases can't all be great cases for the state. The area that they're sometimes willing to compromise on is to change the DWI charge to an obstruction of highway charge, and they'll call that a reduction. It may not actually be a reduction in legal terms, but it's certainly a reduction in terms of the consequences that you'll face from a DWI. So even if you start at the lowest level DWI, which is a Class B misdemeanor, and you're offered an obstruction, well, that's also a Class B misdemeanor. So it's not necessarily the punishment range that's changing. It does change in that case from 3 days to 180 days to just up to 180 days. But realistically, we weren't talking about jail time as the consequence for your DWI to begin with. The real difference is what you're pleading to, because there are many professions, many licenses that you won't be able to hold or keep if you plead guilty to a DWI. DWIs also carry a lot of collateral consequences. You can expect your insurance rates to go up. You can expect, under certain circumstances, to have an interlock device on your car just so you can drive using an occupational license. You can also expect that future employers are going to look at a driving while intoxicated charge much differently than an obstruction of highway charge. So there are a lot of collateral consequences you can avoid by accepting an obstruction of highway charge as opposed to a driving while intoxicated charge. You'll typically want to get deferred adjudication for that obstruction of highway charge so that you can ultimately get even the obstruction of highway charge as well as the original DWI arrest sealed through the non-disclosure process. This video was made in response to a question we received on this channel. If you have a question about criminal law in Texas or federal criminal law, drop a comment below and we'll be sure to answer that. You can also check us out at versestexas.com.